What exactly are the SBA's credit criteria? How does the SBA make a decision whether or not a loan should be offered, an SBA loan guarantee? First of all, the SBA may not be asked by the lender to actually render a credit decision. We may be asked only to render a decision whether or not the loan is eligible for a guarantee and not whether or not it's a wise loan to make a guarantee on. But in the event that the SBA is asked by the lender to render a credit decision, the SBA's credit criteria are essentially the following. First of all, the type of business must itself be eligible. Most for-profit businesses in Iowa are eligible. Very few are ineligible. The use of proceeds themselves must also be eligible. There are something like 12 or 14 specific types of uses of proceeds, gambling, and so on, proselytization, that are ineligible for SBA financing, but most uses of proceeds, most genuine, legitimate uses of proceeds that a business would have for funding are eligible for SBA guarantees. Also, the borrower, the veteran, must be invested enough in it, especially if it's a startup. We typically will say that if you have 20% down to start a business, that the lender will take you seriously. It may be that the lender will work with 10%. It may be that they would want more than 20%. The SBA does not have a hard and fast fixed minimum injection required by the veteran small business owner to start a business. We don't have a minimum equity position for borrowers who are already in business, but you must be invested sufficiently from the banker's point of view that it's worth pursuing an SBA loan guarantee for the project. And fourth, the business must promise, it must show through projections and through historical performance, if any, that the annual fixed obligations of the business will be repaid. In the event that repayment is the issue, just how do we calculate repayment? Well, we have a four-part formula. Net profit or loss, as shown from actual operations or from your projections, plus depreciation expense, plus interest expense, again from actual or projections for the business, equals cash flow. If this cash flow figure is equal to, or is not equal to, if this cash flow figure is greater than the annual fixed obligations of the business with some margin for error, then the SBA says that the loan shows repayment. And all else being equal, if the loan shows repayment and the other credit factors are in place, then your project should be eligible for SBA financing. We do not have any special credit standards for veterans. Veterans have to meet the same credit criteria that everyone else has to meet. For more information, you can go to our website, www.sba.gov/IA. This is Dennis Larkin of the Des Moines District Office of the SBA, explaining the SBA's credit criteria.